these major corporations got labels.
Damn, that's
and they
crazy.
find certain artists, and then the labels and these people actually also owns the prisons.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So they own the prisons, they own the life insurance. The life insurance, they own the prisons, and they own the music.
One big ass cycle.
It's one big ass cycle.
The Form Magazine, Detroit, baby, we out here. You see what's going on? We activated, we ain't playing no games.
Without further ado, man, we gonna get into it, man. What up, though, man? This GX from the Form Magazine, and today, man, we got the honor and the privilege to sit down with somebody who's been trailblazing, you know, the culture of Detroit for years. We
Facts.
talking 20 years plus.
Plus. Facts.
We literally talking 20 years plus. And not only was he just trailblazing, I'm to the belief that if you took this man out of the algorithm of Detroit's history, I think it would be safe to say that Detroit wouldn't be where it is now overall, musically, entertainment-wise, from the movies to just everything that's popping
Facts.
right now. This man literally had his hand in it years ago.
Facts.
And if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be where we at right now, man. Al Nuke in the building. What's going on, big bro?
Jill, what up, though? G, what up, though, man? Thank you, man. That was a great introduction. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man.
What up with you?
Man, I'm good, bro. Blessed and highly favored. I can't complain, man. How you been overall? Yes. Tomorrow, you know what I mean? It's you know, it's something big. I like to get people abreast to what you got going on right now before we go into the history and stuff like that. So if you can, man, the new movie premiere, Botch.
Really excited.
Tomorrow. Talk about it a little bit if you can.
Botch is a movie I just recently wrote, direct, executive produced. It was important for me to just make a movie for women, first of all, because they always tell me, Nuke, you don't never make movies for women. So I wanted to make something for women. And then more importantly, I wanted to fight the epidemic about plastic surgery and just women that feel like they're not beautiful. You know what I mean? Just because what God gave them, they feel like they need to enhance it. And it's cool. Sometimes you got to do that. But now it's just becoming repetitive and it's becoming crazy. It's almost like Most Night Diamonds. It's like women will go to any cost to get their bodies changed and reconstructed. So I wanted to make a movie about it. So Botch is about a young lady by the name of Layla who was doing booty enhancements in the hotels and in back alleys and just giving a lot of strippers and just girls booty shots with like cement and Fix-A-Flat and super glue and crazy type of chemicals that she was doing. And she was going around the country doing that. And it's a powerful film. And I believe that a lot of women is going to talk about this movie for years on because it's such a conversation that's going on in our community right now.
No, absolutely. 100%, 100%. And just with you choosing to go in that direction with movies, you know, we know the typical movies. And especially doing it from an independent, you know, state. Talk a little bit about the concept. What made you even, well, you did elaborate a little bit about it, but what made you really say, man, I got to do this, bro?
Because you know what, man, like you just said, it's like, you know, we know the movies. A lot of these movies is microwave movies, shock factor movies, but that's the nature of the business right now. Everything is so microwave, hurry up and give it to me, and you don't find authenticity no more. So for me, one of the pioneers that started doing this urban independent films, I done did the street movie. I done did more than enough movies about music. Something just hit me and said, Al, your next phase of movies has to be something that's culturally involved in the fabric of our community.
Yeah.
And then it also needs to have a message. Now, one thing I always thought about was my movies will always have a message. You always got to find little nuances and little pieces in like Detroit Dreams and different things. I put a lot of them in that movie. But, you know, God hit me and said, man, start making movies that's just, again, that's just culturally part of our fabric. You know what I mean? And that's going to make it mean something. So this is only the first one. You know what I mean? A few of my movies that's about to come out is just going to be really, really heartfelt movies, really impacting our communities. You know what I mean? And, of course, you got to do it with a weird way. You can't you can't feed them
Yeah.
raw, because they're gonna say it's boring.
Absolutely.
You know, like, what are you doing? We lit, like, so you got to kind of give it to them how they need it. Yeah. But the message is gonna be there. So that's what.
And that's the benefit. I think, you know, coming from you, I think it's a special thing because you've always shown a high degree of intellect. You feel me? But if anybody know, they still know you from the streets, and you done. You know what I mean? You done been through it. So it kind of make a perfect person to deliver these kind of stories. You know
I
agree.
What I mean? I felt like that with Detroit Dreams. I said nobody else could have made a movie like Detroit Dreams. You know what I mean? A lot of people didn't understand it if they ain't from Detroit or if they ain't in the music. But people that's in the music or that's from Detroit totally understand that story and totally understand that putting the old artist with the new artist and putting them on the same playing field of jail and work their magic and work their moves. I don't think nobody else in Detroit could have did that because just being 100, I'm one of the founders, you know what I mean, of what you see today. And it ain't a lot of me left. I'm able to call 42 Dub, you know what I mean? But then I'm also able to call Esham. And think about that scale. Man. You know what I mean? I could call Esham right now. But then I also just talked to Baby Money, you know what I mean, a couple months ago. So it's like, and to still be respected and relevant where they don't see me where my shoes curled up, I'm fucked up, oh, this nigga missing a meal. Nah, man, I can go play with y'all right now. Y'all want to go spend $10,000 a night? Okay, cool. Let's go do that. Y'all want to stay in the hood tonight and hit up half pint, smoke a blunt. We can do that too. Like, let's go do that. You know what I mean? So, you know, it ain't a lot of me left when it comes to that.
Man, that's super dope, man. Because it kind of give the city hope in terms of OG status, right?
Facts.
So I had Dogface on, and we were just talking about OG status in terms of what does it entail, right? And what needs to be done to earn that respect from the youth so that they will be a little bit more receptive to what you got to say. Because the game is there, but it's like a disconnect. But it's brothers like you get what I'm saying, that understand both and still playing with that shit. I think that's the thing right there is that you still can do it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think to really be an OG and be respected by the young niggas, first of all, you gotta have some paper. Okay. You can't look like, cause these young niggas don't, like, back when I was growing up, it might not be a nigga with some paper. He might have fell off, but he got wisdom. He got some game. You could take something away from him. You know what I mean? You still could do that now. But to the young people, they want to see the shine. They want to see the glisten. So a nigga that ain't got no money, you can't necessarily talk to these young niggas because they ain't going to respect you. Then more importantly, too, you got to always pay your ticket. You got to always, and it ain't got to be streets. It could be, nigga, if you order some flyers, pay that man. You know what I mean? If you hired somebody, pay that man. See, one thing about me where I say it ain't a lot of people like Al Nuke, because you can't go throughout Detroit and find nobody that say Al Nuke ran off with my bag. Al Nuke owed me some money. Or Al Nuke did some bullshit. All this, man, that nigga, hell no. You're not going to find that nowhere. All you going to find is, oh, no, that's a good nigga. That nigga had did this for me. That nigga had did this. Oh, no, that nigga had did such. You're going to find good, positive energy with the name. So I feel like that's one of the most important things is having some money, paying your ticket, and staying A1 on what you believe in. You know what I mean? You can't just run to everybody tune, to everybody's song. You can't be a like goofy nigga. Like, I hate niggas that nigga might come around me and then I show him some shit and have him introduce him to a circle of people, and then a week later he around them circle of people. And I ain't even know it. It's like, bro, how you nigga? And then y'all best of friends. It's like, it's like, bro, who the fuck is you? How did that happen? You know what I mean? And I'm the type of nigga that link them. Like, gee, yo, this what's the name? Yo, GX, this my man right here. This my man. Y'all tap in, boom, boom. You know, if it's official like that. You know what I mean? And I done been in a lot of rooms where millions of rooms with heavy weights where I don't do that. If somebody walk me in that room, then that's what that is. You know what I mean? They walk me in this room. Now, if they put that out there like that, cool, but I'm brick.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? That's the OG shit. You know what I mean? That's real OG shit. Of course, the not telling and, you know, all of that shit. But all of that stuff now is all fabricated. So
absolutely. So, man, if we can, you talked about establishing a name, right? And being able to what they say, earn your bones. What they say that back in the day or something?
Yeah, earn your keep.
Yeah.
Earn your keep.
So let's go into the journey a little bit. You know what I mean? To walk the people up for those who may not know. To walk the people up to where you at now. So for the people that don't know, east side of Detroit.
Corner Garden. Yep. 17.
The struggle.
Yeah.
If you can't talk about them, if you could describe those upbringings in one word, let's just take one word.
I love that. That's what I'm talking about, because I got books and books. So just give me a year, I'll tell you what I was doing. What age?
All
give
right,
me an age. Just think a random age.
Okay, so we're gonna go 10.
10. My mama was on crack. Me and my sister and my brother and my mother was on crack, and I was getting abused. Extension cords, tied up, crazy shit. My mother was just kind of wild with the belt shit. So it was like extension cord, however you want to jump out. It was one of them.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's 10. Yeah, that's 10 years old. Extension cords tied up.
And was Pops there?
No pops. Stepfather, who also was abusive, very abusive. Very abusive. Yeah, that's 10 years old.
In hindsight, do you think you can like pinpoint maybe where that frustration on their end may have came from?
No, I think what it is back then, like, I'm in my 40s, so it was like growing up in the 80s, parents could do whatever the fuck they want to do. See, the new generations, they can't even fathom the shit that we went through, because there was no internet. There was no fucking, nothing where you could film this nigga on doing this.
Yeah.
So a motherfucker do whatever they want to do to you back then. Parents back in the fucking 80s raising you, what, man, hey, bro, like, it's throw a brick at you. Like, I remember one time my mother, around 10 years old, one of her girlfriends was like thick, and I said, "Ooh, she's sexy," and I just said it outside.
Right.
And one of the girls that was molesting me, a girl, this is all new information, I didn't tell my daughter, a girl that I found started having sex with, she was mad because I said that. She was like, "Ooh, Marsha, your son said this," and my mama literally grabbed me and threw me in her house, put a bar of soap in my mouth, and grinded that bitch. I mean, talking about like, I'm over the couch, nigga, like this, like, and she just, "You dirty mouth motherfucker." I mean, she did the shit, had to be. It felt like 10 minutes. And when I tell you, it was soap in my teeth for weeks, no cap. This was not a toothbrush shit where you can be like, "Okay, I'm straight tomorrow." Whatever she did it. So, yeah, and that's just one play. So, yeah, in the 80s, man, they was weird, man. Them motherfuckers treat you like whatever.
For real, though.
And they ain't going to jail, or, you know what I mean? They ain't nothing gonna happen to them.
For real. So, 15.
15, dope house, abandoned house, no lights, no water, no heat, windows, no windows, plastic on the windows, shit in a bag. You use a crate and a plastic bag, and you shit in the crate, right? Water, you go over your friend's house, wash your nuts, right? Heat, kerosene heater, black smoke, you coughing that shit up if you there for a year straight. You know what I mean? And you coughing that shit up. But it's kerosene heater. Kerosene stank. That smell is like, it's worse than crack.
Them big boys, and
it's shit like oil or something. It's kerosene, bro. That shit is
yeah.
like, and you only supposed to breathe that.
No, not at all.
Yeah, that's 15. That's 15.
What is a 15-year-old doing being home, like living in that type of condition?
I'm just trying to sum it up for you. So at 11, I was abused for the last time, tied up by my mother, beat in the extension cord in a chair, ran away, or actually the police came and got me. And I went to foster care. So I was in foster homes, and I didn't really like the foster care thing. So I went to boys' homes. So back then they had boys' homes and they had foster homes. And you would be in a boy home until you get placed into a, regular house. So at that point, it was like I was in a boys' home. I would run away from there, and then find me, and then I would have to go to a foster home and stay with this lady. But then it's like, I'm gone. Like, whoever your name is, I'm gone, babe. I'm on the block.
Right.
So it was weird because I'm 15, got a house, empty house, selling dope, got my pistol, ready to shoot anything. Motherfuckers know not to play with me. But then it was Wolverine, fake ass police, foster home people pulling up. Where's Curtis? There he is. I gotta run. I'm like, damn, y'all whole ass niggas.
Damn.
So that was like the joke in the hood. It was like, oh yeah, nigga, Wolverine gonna get
Straight
your
up,
ass,
Wolverine.
nigga. Your little tough ass nigga. I'm
gonna
call
your ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna call Wolverine. That was my jump out boys at 15, man. You can't shoot at them niggas or nothing. And they weren't police.
Right.
And they really cared about you. So it was like, what the fuck you gonna do? So yeah, that was 15.
Damn.
In so many words. Yeah. And 9th grade, all F's. Yeah. I didn't know nobody in high school.
Damn.
Yeah.
21.
21. Just got out of jail, I would think.
And if I may, had you begun to get into music?
Yes.
Did Al Nuke's career? Okay.
Always been in the music. I've been in the music since I was in elementary school.
Gotcha.
Elementary school music. But yeah, that was the only thing that why I didn't fucking kill myself and jump in the middle of the freeway or something.
Right.
But yeah, 21 is it was I just got out of jail, or I might have just been going to jail. I used to sell heroin. You know, I used to OD people for a living. You know what I mean? My dick would get hard when a nigga nod and fall out in my face. You know what I mean? I felt like I'm that nigga. You know what I mean? And yeah, I used to thump niggas. Like, you know, around that time I was thumping a nigga. Like,
do you think it was a having the best product type of thing? Like, you know, what gave you that rush to be like,
yeah, having the best product, because you're a chemist. When you sell heroin, you're a chemist. So it's like mixes, different mixes. It ain't somebody like regular dope, somebody give you this and tell you go sell it. No, with heroin, you got to actually get it, and then you got to put it with different mixes depending on the mix that you like. You know what I mean? Will make it be good dope. So it's like once I come up with some cold ass dope, I knew that I used to have, you know, shooters and that would shoot the dope or toot the dope. You know what I mean? And see what happens, see what's going on with it.
So have you ever seen somebody OD in front of you?
Fuck yeah. Like, you go look at my movie 17,000 Block. That was real, where a nigga OD'd in the bathroom. He's my dope house was right here, and my cook up house and, you know, put everything together was across the street. That was a dope fiend house. Long story short, he called me to come over to his house. I didn't know what for, but I went over there. He was in the bathroom. And he like, motherfucker, you better give me some blow, because my family is right here outside this door. They're taking me to rehab. I need some dope right now, fuck. And I was like, bro, I'm across the street, nigga. What the fuck, dog? You tripping? His family was outside, out the door. They bamming on the door. They knew I was the dope man. They bamming on the door. And he was so aggressive in that bathroom. He was just like, bro, like he could have did something to me.
Right.
So I had to get a nigga some dope, and shit, he OD'd right there, because it was topside what I had, because I was at the table when I was doing it. That was the craziest part. I had to be mixing the dope this particular day at the sell dope house, because this motherfucker had his family coming over there that day. So he like, yo, y'all can't come over with that shit today. So I'm trapping over here. I'm supposed to be over there mixing over at your house, but then you didn't call me over in the family here. So it's like, bro, in the process, I gave the nigga some shit that I ain't even touched, and his ass fell out right there. And family came in the room, came in the bathroom, chased me out the door. I was down there already out the door.
Right.
But yeah, I literally had to pull off. There's moments like that that I never forget, where, because it was parts like that in my life where I felt good. Like, I felt I was a real devil, like real demon. You know what I mean? But I ain't really spoke on a lot of those times, but that was the weirdest shit. Like, I felt good at that time at 21 doing that.
Damn, that's interesting to know, man, and important for people to hear. You know what I mean? For you to be where you at right now and kind of overcome all that shit.
Yeah, for sure.
It's somebody that's kind of in that position right now as we speak. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So definitely salute you, you know, for being honest and open in that regard.
Yeah. Because a lot of people, I feel like they won't tell you. They be like, I regret this now. I'm gonna tell you, I know I felt good when I did it. You know what I mean? People used to put me in trick bags and set me up to do shit like dope fiends and shit. I remember beating a dope fiend with a bat as soon as he opened the door. Hi,
Yeah,
boom,
I heard
hit
that
this nigga
story.
in
He
the
said
head
them
with a
broke
bat.
broke his bones up,
Bones.
all type
Hey,
of shit.
I'm laying on top of this dude, hitting on top of that. I thought I was in a fucking movie or something.
Have you ever ran into a situation where maybe like a dope fiend was like ultra aggressive with you?
Yeah, many times. Shit, this finger right here is broke. You see, it's supposed to be straight.
Yeah.
I was fighting a dope fiend from this finger. It was Million Man March Day. I'll never forget this.
Wow.
I feel like this is because I was supposed to have been at the Million Man March to change my life, but I was fighting a dope fiend that morning, and I was supposed to be headed to D.C.
Real talk.
But I'm fighting a dope fiend, man.
Real talk.
So this is stay with me.
If we can, just for a brief moment, how important was like that atonement, that Million Man March? Because and that was 95.
That was 95.
Yeah, and it was a lot of like a lot of men come, like you said, DC from all they wasn't going to work.
Bro, it was heavy, bro.
And you say you was damn near about to change your, like,
Listen,
you know.
man, let me tell you, the Million Man March was so serious, correct, bro. I'm selling heroin, crack, and weed every day in shootouts. And a nigga like me was supposed to go. I was getting ready to go.
For real.
You know what I mean? Niggas every other nigga that you see, like, bro, I'm getting ready to go. We get ready, you know what I mean? We go. Like, that was the biggest thing that I ever seen when black people came together. That's why I feel like I got this, because I was supposed to be there. Like, literally. But I'm on the fucking block. I said, fuck the Million Man March. Bitch ass nigga, you owe me this. I'm fighting. I threw a center block on the nigga head. And this is how this happened. It's you know, the old school gray center blocks.
My dog was fucking shit up. He was going crazy.
But let me say this though. Don't get it twisted.
You say disclaimer.
I was getting fucked up too.
Damn, that's real shit. That's real
not necessarily shit. Physically, because I ain't never get shot.
Right.
You know what I mean? But man, I mean, shit, bro. I was going through a lot, bro. Shootouts, niggas trying to kill me, bro.
Real. 15
shots in the car. Brrr, God damn, niggas, you know what I mean? Like, just crazy shit, federal indictments, and it was just a lot.
In terms of course, without going into detail, but just walk us through a little bit, like getting your car shot up 15 times. Like, that had to be some and for you not to get hit.
It was God, bro. I'm here for a reason. You're looking at a real live, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It's a man with purpose. It's a man. That's why I talk about God so much, and I always kiss my kids every 5 seconds when I see them. And I know it's a bigger purpose for me, because, yeah, times like that is where I only had maybe about 10 times where I knew I was supposed to be dead. I'm like, you dead. Okay, bye. But it didn't happen. You know what I mean? And that was one of them, though. It's like, and the dude was literally, I'm driving a truck and I'm 4 deep. I'm driving my truck. And I got 3 people with me, 1 on the side, 2 guys in the back. And we driving downtown. And the dudes that I'm into it with really hard see me. Like, I don't know how did they see me, but they was here. And the thing that saved all our life was my man said, hey, man, they're getting ready to shoot. So instead of him, if he'd have came side by side and opened fire, everybody did.
Yeah.
But he was scared because he know we about that life too. So he started shooting like right here.
Yeah.
So the shooting, so the gun, so the shit is going all here, and we rolled for a little while, and I cut off on the side street. But on God, I got people that can vouch for everything that I say. There's receipts. On God, bullets was in my steering wheel, bullets was in the seats, bullets was in the fucking Armor All bottle on the floor, because we used to shine out. We was heavy on shining our cars back then. Armor All bottle, bullet went through that bitch. Damn. Bullet didn't touch none of us. And the crazy part about that whole situation, the guys that I was in tour with was like family, because he's got my niece, you know, that's my niece father. You know what I mean? My sister had a baby by this guy. You know what I mean? This guy that I was in tour with. So the crazy part about that particular night was, and the reason I'm sharing this, can you imagine that happening to you, right? And the guys that you got in the truck, you putting them on, you selling them, these guys dope. You know what I mean? These guys owe you money, and a lot of money, right? And right when his truck gets shot up, the police pull us over. And we like, yo, and they like, I'm telling them, yo, we got shot at, bro. Like, what the fuck? You don't see my truck?
Right.
And they like, okay, cool. Follow us to the police station. I duck off, you know what I mean? headed to the hood. The guys that I'm in the truck with, what I want to ask you is, and you tell me this, and the viewers answer this question. The 3 guys in the truck with me said, yo, man, we about to go kill this nigga. We about to shoot everything in this nigga house right now. My niece in the house. My niece is in the house. It's 3 killers in the truck with me that's saying, yo, we about to go and air cheese the whole fucking house. Anybody we see, everything. My niece in the house. What do you do, G? Do you tell them no? When you know that this man just tried to kill us like this? Or do you say yes and figure your niece? If you say no, don't do it, not only is they going to think you a bitch, but then they're not going to pay you your money anymore. They're going to think you weak. You know what I mean? Because these are the same people that's applying for you too. Like, they need your position. You know what I mean? Nothing personal. Nothing personal. You know what I mean? But you weak? You don't see this nigga just try to kill us?
Yeah.
So that's what would you do, G? In that split second.
Yeah.
What is your are you letting them go shoot your niece? And
man, personally, I mean, if it's me personally, man, I'm gonna have to just lose that respect. Unfortunately, you get what I'm saying? I can't. You get what I'm saying? To my conscience, you feel me? Now I don't know how. Maybe hard, younger, bro, on some wild shit, or maybe with a different mentality. But
that was a hard one, bro.
For sure.
That was a hard one. And the crazy part about it was I had to go home, and I had a police scanner, so I just listened and just hear it out and listen. And the crazy shit, when the shit was going on, my name was all going on the scanner. I'm nowhere around this motherfucker. I'm hiding with a fucking police scanner. Damn. Those moments like that, bro, is like, again, these are shits that I've been through before rap. You know what I mean? Before becoming Al Nuke. It was a guy, Buck, that went through all of that. That's why Al Nuke is so hungry. And Al Nuke has always been so maybe aggressive or loud or whatever you want to call it, is because this is what I came from.
Real tough.
You know what I mean? And I said, I quit. I'm doing this. This is it. So it was you know what I mean?
Real talk. Yeah. What year was that? Because now we transitioning from that to Al Nuke. When you first made a name for yourself outside the streets, musically, entertainment.
1996. It's crazy. What was you at 96?
Shit. 6 years old.
6 years old. Yeah. All right. 96, I stopped selling dope. It's crazy, right? Yeah, but that was 96, man. First album came out. I caught a attempt murder case, went in for it, fighting for my life, and I made a promise to God. And the crazy part about it is the guys I was selling dope, heavy dope with, these guys had major shit. One of them got me out. Rudy, shout out Rudy, always 100 on Merton. He got me out on bond and was like, bitch, you better go work. And this was the same time around Tupac, the same shit that was like going on with Pac. He was out on bond too, and was like, and then he died in 96. But
now I did want to say, because you just said something that stood out to me. If anybody know Al Nuke, you say Omerta a lot.
Facts.
Explain to the people what that is.
Omerta is if you look it up, it's an old Italian word for stay silent, stay cold, be quiet. For me, it's more than that. It's that, but then it's also stand on your square. Be a man. Mean what you say what you mean. If you love me, you love me. If you stay 100 and I stay 100, it's Omerta. It's something that can never be broken, never be bonded. We can fight nose to nose, this and that, but all I ask is stay 100, and I'm going to stay 100. We both stand on our separate squares, and it's Omerta.
Real talk.
With our bond is going to forever be. So that's what it means to me.
Yes, sir. So 96, boom. First project, and fighting attempt murder.
Fighting attempt murder. Facts.
Did that help you? Like you, because you know how it is with music in terms of. I got you. You go. Good.
Some shit you didn't even know, huh? You know a lot. Cool. You silly.
Yep. So so did that. Okay. So during that time when you drop your first project, you get into a situation, where you ended up having to you know, blow
your
arm. Yeah. You fighting that while your music is out. Did you drop the album already and you was already getting getting motion going with it?
Damn, you know what? That's a great question. No, it was the timing was so strange. It was like we was recording it. No. I shot the nigga. I was on a run. So I was on the run for like a year. Straight up, like maybe 10 months, 10, 12 months I was on the run. So I recorded the album and we was getting ready to put it out because I knew I was going to jail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then before I feel like we did the cover, the artwork, everything to that extent. And then boom, they apprehended me. And I went in and I was fighting. And then I got a bond. And when I was out on bond is when I was like promoting.
For sure.
And I was doing this and doing that. But the crazy part about it is when I first got locked up and I ended up getting a bond, I got the bond and me and the niggas were still shooting at each other. You know what I mean? Or when I got out on bond. So he trying to kill me. I'm trying to kill him. Bitch, whatever. Boom, we shooting up shit. And I went back to court for like a preliminary or something. And they was telling me my charges or whatever and scheduling when I come back to court. And I'm like, yeah, bet. The nigga there too. So we didn't argue outside the thing, shit, families and niggas. This bitch I keep. But when we come in this court, you know what it is. And the lady telling me my charges, she saying, yo, you got to come back this day and other. And I'm bet. And then she like, court about to be adjourned. My man said, hold on, Your Honor. Excuse me. She said, yes, this is the plaintiff. I've been shooting at me too. He says, now, he been shooting at me. He done shot at me since he's been out on bond. I'm scared for my life. The woman said, what? He's been shooting at you? I turned around, looked at this nigga like, what? Wow. Nigga. That motherfucking judge say, oh no, remand his bond. Boom. Throw him right back in the back. And do you know, that shit brought a slow tear. That brought a slow tear. And this the killer part though. Getting back handcuffed, walking back in the back. The nigga, the big and fat that it happened. The nigga looked at me, or we locked eyes, the nigga did this. Wow. I never forget that shit. I said, oh shit. That's when I realized the streets is not what the fuck the streets supposed to be.
Man.
And I'm sharing this to niggas. I got my book coming about it, but I'm just giving niggas my heart to let niggas know, like, bro, whatever you think this shit is, this shit ain't that.
And you are one of those few people that dare to speak the real in regards to what we consider snitching and being a rat is. And I think when you explain it, it's kind of dry. It ain't really too much to even try to figure out. It's either you gonna get caught up in the, you know what I mean? Or you gonna accept it as true. What's your perspective of, what being a snitch and what's not being a snitch?
Man, I think that I'm glad you asked that because I think the newer generation gotta know it's real niggas like me left. Don't feel like you gotta go do time for a nigga. That's first and foremost. Never feel like you gotta do time for anybody. What you need to realize is snitching is if me and you get in the car, right? And we about to go sell a half a bowl, half a bricks, or fent, whatever the fuck. And then the car get pulled over, and then you say, hey man, this my man shit. That's a snitch. Or you putting me on, and then you get caught up somewhere in Bloomfield or something, and they say, gee, you know somebody that you selling to? Yeah, I'm selling to Al. That's a snitch, right? Me getting in the car with you, me putting my gun under my seat while I'm driving with you, and then tell you, I don't know who gun that is, nigga, you better not tell. Bro, that's some weak ass shit, bro. You supposed to say, hey, Al, that's your gun, bro. Get your gun. Be a man, bro. Get your gun. You know what I mean? Your house get broken into, call the police. File insurance claim. Your car get broken into, call the police. You know what I mean? Because what people don't realize is, man, just being real, everybody gonna say this, that, I'm a real nigga, I'm a real this, fuck these niggas, this, that, and the other. Man, when you sitting there and the motherfucking judge telling you, hey, it go 300 months, 360 months, and you thinking about the day, you like, damn, A day, 365 days. No, 300. Wait, what?
Right,
huh?
they not even telling you
286 months? Nigga, I can't even count this
crack
shit.
your head.
Yeah, so it's like, bro, do your dirt by yourself. Stand on business. Stand on your own square. And don't let people trick you off the streets. Because you see how my man tricked me off the streets. The nigga straight tricked me off the streets. You got a nigga, we shooting at each other every single day trying to kill each other. Through the grace of God. I'm talking about niggas is in high speed. I'm in high speed chases, my nigga. I'm doing 100 through red lights. Red lights. These niggas own me. I'm fucked. This nigga, you know what I mean? This the same nigga that's, man, and then in court, nigga blow a kiss.
Man, that's wicked.
Bro.
And it ain't no winning in a situation
how
like
do you
that.
win?
If you gonna play the streets, man, and you gonna play the police role, like that's
bro, the
different.
streets ain't what it used to be. That's why I look at people like 6ix9ine and I say, when niggas tell me, you a 6ix9ine, a bum ass nigga, you bitch ass nigga, he told this, that, and the other. A nigga that the shit that I went through, you gotta understand, I dealt with niggas that had no cap. You can go pull it up in receipts now. 35 keys. 3 keys of raw, 35 keys. And you got caught with that shit in New York. These are people that I worked with, you know what I mean, in the 90s. Everybody telling everybody feds, all this so crazy shit. When you talk about a person like 6ix9ine, right? Everybody say the man a snitch. But nobody's saying the man was really a little boy that was looking for a fucking album, that was trying to look for some shit. Blame Shaka. Blame the nigga that's the boss that knew. That's like me. I can look at you, bro, and know you ain't been in no real heavy, crazy shit. I can look at you and tell that, G. I can go fuck some hoes with you. You know what I mean? I go have some drinks with you at the club. But if I'm getting ready to go shoot this nigga, bro, I'm not about to tell you come on. Because I could look at you and tell you not that. Now, you might be in a podcast. You might be wanting to smoke weed, hang out, this and that. But, bro, you ain't with no weird, crazy ass shit that I'm into.
Real talk.
So I'm not about to expose you to that. You see what I'm saying? If I get ready to leave here right now and go sell a nigga 10 bowls, you would never know.
Real talk.
Me and you could do podcast business. I could own this podcast with you. I could do whatever the fuck. You won't know what I'm into over there. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying by 6ix9ine is that you had a Mexican little white boy who was basically wanted to get known, wanted to be seen, wanted to act hard like everybody else do. But then he got to seeing some street shit.
Right.
And was like, hey man, no, that ain't me. I didn't do that. A real street nigga understand him. The niggas that ain't never really put in no work, ain't never did nothing, they gonna yap and say, oh, I understand 6ix9ine. He wasn't built for that. Same way with Gunna. Gunna wasn't built for that. What Thug and them is known for in Atlanta, and I'm not saying that they did or known or this, that, and the other. I'm saying for what people know, YSL and the streets know, they know Gunna being a school kid or whatever the fuck. Now, what he rap about, okay, yeah, he rapping.
That's entertainment.
Yeah, but what we know, we ain't never got no bowls from Gunna. Ain't never got no work from Gunna. Gunna ain't never been in no shootout in Magic City. Not saying nobody else did, but all I'm simply saying is we ain't got no dope from Gunna. We ain't heard Gunna's body a nigga. You can look at the nigga, tell the nigga ain't into nothing really street. So I'm not saying them niggas is right or wrong. What I'm saying is I understand. Absolutely. As going through what I went through. And you talking to a triple OG, 48 years old. Absolutely. I done been through it all. I done read every emotion.
Real talk, real talk. So going into the movies, because I kind of want to work our way through it. So when was the first year? You actually had a movie before 17
yeah, Street Life.
Yeah, Street Life.
Yeah. Shout out Donnie.
If you can, just walk us through Street Life, walk us through 1700 block, 17,000 block, I'm sorry. And just going up into movie wise, leading up to where you at now.
And I'm gonna say it quickly because I know I'm a real live history book. But I was in a documentary with Tupac, Vanessa Del Rio, Suge Knight, Mary J. Blige, everybody. It was called Gangstresses. You can pull it up. It was out in New York. My mentor, Harry Davis, that got me in the movies, he put me in that shit. Omerta, shout out Cornelius Pitts. That's my godfather. Huge attorney out here in what's the name? The Pitts. That's my godfather. He plugged me in with Harry. I got on Gangstresses documentary with Pac and them. And Harry was like, yo, y'all should do this shit too. Or actually me and Donnie went out there And Donnie had a little camera. He was like, yo, he wanted to get behind the scenes because Donnie was in the graphics. Donnie was one of the biggest graphic companies out here, but he started the camera. Man, got really, really cool. He went out there with me. On the way back from New York, we was like, yo, man, we need to do one of him. We seen what he just did. You know what I mean? The nigga got everybody in it. Mary J. Blige, Tupac, all these people, this, and that, and other. And shit, he like us. We about to go home and do that shit. You know how to work cameras. I know all the celebrities. I know all the celebrities. I can get everybody going. We're going to create the story. And boom, we dropped Street Life. That was one of the biggest shits, urban shits to hit back then. We sold 300,000 pieces independently.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
That's heavy.
Yeah.
And then 17,000 block. I'm talking about that was, man, that was crazy for the city.
That lit the city up crazy. And that was, me and Eminem was battling around that time too, because M had 8 Mile. And when I thought about doing a movie, people said I was crazy as fuck. It was like, man, doing a movie? You can't do no movie. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you know what I mean? Back then, it wasn't even, how could a nigga in the hood do a real movie?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was the language back
then.
And again, you got a nigga like Al Nuke to say, okay, that's a documentary, what we did with Street Life. I learned a little bit right there. But now I'm about to write a movie. Now I'm about to really sit down and pen this whole bitch. You know what I mean? 90 pages. And it was partially on my life. Heroin game, search, you know. I just put a story together around it. And my man Baby Ray came and was like, yo, you know how to do the movies? I said, yeah, nigga, let's go. He was like, yeah. And that was an Eastside nigga on the west side. 17,000 block came about because I had a studio on West 7 Mile. West 7 Mile and, what is it, Shayna or something? Me and my man Rome Lewis, you know, Blade, everybody pull up. Like, that shit was the craziest because all West Side niggas used to just like.
Right.
It was
straight up, like all these East Side.
Like, it was the weirdest shit ever, you know what I mean? But Baby Ray, West Side nigga, shout out Baby Ray.
Sure.
He was across the street or somewhere getting his hair cut right there because I was in the crust of it. And he was like, Luke, you do movies, don't you? Some shit. I said, yeah, man, I do movies. Me and my man Donnie ain't together no more, but I got a script. Said, let's do a script. Let's do a movie, man. Fuck it, let's do a movie. And we did 17,000 block.
And then the progression. Because we could talk about, the Detroit Dreams and the movie that you got coming up, Botch. Yeah. But one movie particularly stood out to me, is when with Zaytoven, what was it? The remake of that's what it was called, with the players and shit.
Birds of a Feather. I don't know if it's Birds of a Feather.
I think that was it. Yeah.
Or Finesse. Me and Zay did Finesse, but Birds of a Feather was my first movie I did in Atlanta, and that shit became wildfire.
If I may, was it the one where everybody was dressed up like they was in the 70s, if I ain't mistaken, or people with
Superfly?
I
think you talking about Superfly.
I was in Superfly. Yeah, okay, yeah.
That was a 70s remake. Shout out Joel Silverman. Yeah, that was big shit.
That was big. That was big shit.
That still fucked people head up. Be like, is that new?
For real, dog. Straight
I could have did a lot more in that movie, but I played the background. I was just helping on production and producing it, and just got me a quick little scene.
No doubt.
Also became good friends with director X too. Like, shout out my man. That's my man.
For real. And so, if you can briefly, relationships. Talk a little bit about the importance of gaining relationships as you go through these journeys and you in these different rooms. Give advice to somebody how to move in a room like that, and just how to get the game when you're new to, even though you wasn't new at that point, but for somebody that is.
And I'm gonna give it to you straight and raw, man. I'm still a student. I'm still learning. Everybody feel like they got the answers. I'm gonna tell you now, it ain't no answer. I done been in some of the biggest fucking rooms, and I done made a mistake. And then I made a mistake not saying nothing. You know what I mean? The shit be crazy. When you get in certain rooms, bro, you can't say nothing. You know what I mean? I give you a prime example. A month ago, I'm at, T.I. birthday shit? Some shit with Remy Martin or whatever the fuck. It's T.I., all of the big wigs. And some said, Nuke, fuck that. Say something about Botch. Fuck that. Walk up to T.I.T. I know him. T.I., yo. Botch, man, yo, my new movie, such and such. I just came to your premiere for the departments. This Botch, bro. I got this. Boom, boom, boom. And it's Detroit. We gonna we gonna put it all right there. And he's looking, Nuke, okay. Email it to me. Okay. Email it, bro. all right, T.I., email, bro, I got you. And we left, Zay like, bro, that ain't the time to do that. You know that ain't. And I'm like, Zay, no, when is the time?
Hey, that's some real shit.
When is the fucking time, bro?
That's some
real
shit.
It's never a good time.
Yeah.
So the key is, what I can tell you while I'm thinking about it, the key is you got to always stay bossed up. You got to always stay bossed up, bro. You can't never let them see you sweat. And you can't ask for nothing.
Real talk.
Until one day where they say, what you do? That's the only fucking entry point to that room. Damn. And that's $1 million game, bro. For real. A lot of people don't know that. Right. You look so stupid asking these motherfuckers for anything in them rooms. And then if the room becomes silent, everybody looking at you, and you just, such, man, I was just wondering, can you, they looking like, bruh.
Straight up. But you know what, man? You mentioned Zay saying something, bro. And I look at y'all relationship, man, as brothers. And y'all got a super solid relationship. For sure. And
that's my little big brother.
Yeah, and that play a factor into that Detroit and Atlanta relationship too. You was one of the first people to branch out and go over there and start the first.
That actually pulled up the numbers. Let's pull up the receipts. Al Nuke is the one. When Cash Doll came down, I'm right there. Peasy, right there. Payroll, right there. Bezo, right there. These all people came to my house. In my house, I ain't even. Bezo and Peasy came to my house. I never met them a day in my life. I let Peasy come over to my house. I think it was Vaz, both of them, I think, in separate times. Come to my house where my kids is at. I don't even know you. Somebody told me you the one. Cool. He here. Come to the house, bro.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? Whatever I could do.
Straight up.
So yeah, that's
love. Pivoting. Speaking of, Peasy. Peasy and Stretch had a situation, and it brought something up in you. Just to elaborate for the people that may not know, Stretch ended up getting in Peasy DM. Peasy was looking to sign some people. Stretch wanted the opportunity. When he got in his DM, it was a little bit of a misunderstanding. Stretch Money went on social media and kind of said a few things, and from there, the conversation extended, and it was, it was a topic of conversation. Right. It sparked something in you, to where you really don't speak on a lot of situations, a lot of Detroit drama and shit like that, but it sparked something in you to be vocal about it. Why? Sure. What was it about that moment in terms of, what was going on that made you be vocal?
Cause like the situation with me and Stretch, I talked to a few of our closer people about it, for a few years, because it's been bothering me. And the only reason it bothered me so much because I gave Stretch so much love. Stretch at one point I felt like Stretch was like a little brother to me. Not like close, but just like, okay, little nigga, I fuck with you. You know what I mean? Now he big Stretch Money. Oh, this big fucking strong monster. What is this, Slord shit? But the Stretch that I knew was a humble young nigga, you know what I mean, that came to my studio with a CEO, Crane. Me and Crane was like on the same level as far as with age-wise talk, conversation. He told me about Stretch, and it was like, okay, cool. I fuck with him, you know what I mean? So fast forward, years ago, in a nutshell, I wanted to executive produce Stretch Money and Mike joint album, East and West Situation, to show unity. I felt like both of these dudes got bars. Both of these dudes could rap like crazy. Both of them is my friends. I really, really fuck with them. Baby Ray is Mike like a nephew. Stretch, you know what I mean? You Stretch, you love, whatever. I wanted to do an album. I told him about it, you know what I mean? And then I went ahead and said, because they was both doing their own thing, but then they both was kind of frustrated, the music industry, whatever. Sure. I'm like, bro, don't worry about nothing. Don't you overthinking. I got all these plugs. I got all these situations, bro. I got situations at this time. You know what I mean? Because I'm fresh in Atlanta, but I didn't put in 5-6 years, so I know the live mixtape. I know everybody. Phone call away. I'm telling these niggas, bro, don't worry about too much. Let me worry. Y'all niggas go in the studio. Here go 3 Zaytoven beats. I've never in my life gave somebody a Zaytoven beat. Never. And I'm talking about from people from Atlanta to Arkansas to Miami, people that I deal with, just imagine, for 13 years, calling the number one of the top producers in the country. I've never gave a beat. Peasy paid, payroll paid, Now they all work together, of course.
For sure.
You know, but when they first came about, they never paid the real number. Always got a good deal, but they paid.
Most definitely.
Payroll, all of them. Long story short, I said, yo, don't even say nothing. Just go record the beat. Gave it to them. Boom. Long story short, they did the song, sent it to me. It's fire. Full cool. But I'm working my hand. I'm doing a bunch of shit. They never really contact me back. I never really hear nothing else again. So I'm like, whatever. I wasn't on it no more.
Right.
I lost interest. A couple months later, I'm reading Stretch on some shit, and Stretch was saying some shit. He was crying about something, because Stretch, I feel like when he left Crane, he became a baby. And then there was a girl that he was with, Bossellini. She might have fucked his head up. Bossellini, good people, but she a little older than him. You know what I mean? And he had a baby with her. You know what I mean? And I told him back then, like, bro, you moving too fast, you speeding. Like, Bossellini, thorough. She thorough. She like a nigga, and she older than you. I feel like some Erykah Badu shit happened to Stretch. You know what I mean? Like how Erykah Badu and Andre 3000 shit. I believe he got caught up in some shit like that because once him and Crane stopped, or when he got locked up, he came back with the green braids. I believe something happened to my bro, and like he started being aggressive, and he started feeling like everybody owed him. You know what I mean? He was aggressive, and everybody owed me, and I'm Stretch money. And that wasn't never the Stretch I knew. The Stretch I knew, you could pull up the receipts. This nigga's doing marches with me, walking, putting up the signs. Yo, save Detroit. Al Nuke, big bro, this and that. And he's smiling. He always had a smile. Stretch used to have a fucking smile that people loved. You know what I mean? He's Stretch, man, he smiled. Now you got this aggressive motherfucker. So long story short, he was on there doing one of his spazzes. And I was just like, yo, I commented like, bro, what's wrong? What happened? Because frankly, I'm tired of hearing this. I'm following you and you always fucking crying. So I didn't say nothing disrespectful. I just said, yo, bro, what's wrong? What happened? Some shit like that. And the motherfucker went on there and commented and said, nigga, fuck that. You tried to charge $10,000 for a Zaytoven beat. Nigga, fuck that. What? Now, first of all, I'm thinking like, bro, you trying to really fuck my money up, first of all. Because what if Zay seen that comment? And now Zay see that and think I'm trying to sell beats for $10,000 on the side. Now I'm doing some double dipping. I'm from the street, my nigga. Yeah. I'm really from the fucking street stretch. Violation. Yeah, that's the shit that fucked me up the most. Because it's like, homie, where I'm from, because I always stand on my square. When I tell you Murphy, I stand on real shit. You can't find a nigga that say I ever did some whole ass shit. So that's why I wasn't worried about Zay even thinking that, because Zay know I've been with him 13 years every day. And one thing he'll tell anybody, if I ever had to leave something, I leave it with Al, because I know that motherfucker he ain't one.
Real talk.
But just him commenting that, bro, it hurt me. You know what I mean? So I had to call him like, bro, why would you say that whole ass shit? And he just started ramming off like, you know what you did, nigga. And I'm thinking, like, what the fuck happened to this nigga, bro? Last time I talked to you, nigga, I thought y'all we putting an album together, nigga. I ain't heard from you niggas. What the fuck is you talking about 10,000? Then his girl there, and his girl like, fuck you too, Nuke. And this and that. And this is Kasha. Tell a story. Mind you, I put Kasha in the business. Tell a Story Promotions. I put her in the business. You know what I mean? She met Stretch. I don't know, but I was the first person to put Kasha in the business. That's his woman now. Another situation where I'm telling him, okay, well, that's your woman now. So now you and your woman is screaming on the phone with me, asking me, what have I done for y'all? You ain't did shit. You ain't never tried to help us. Listen, and I'm thinking to myself, Kasha, I built Kasha to be a self-sustained boss. I always build motherfucking bosses. I don't build people that need help or ass or build. I build a motherfucker that you gonna make some shit happen on you. For sure. You don't need nothing. So for me to see Kasha with that conversation, and I still want to talk to her about that because she lost me with that shit. She never should have had that type of conversation with me or Murphy. And then him on the phone rambling like a fucking woman. Yeah, you ain't never did nothing for me. You was supposed to. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga? I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. You see what I'm saying? So we just left that conversation there like that because I didn't indulge in it anymore. I'm like, yo, I got a lot of shit going on over here. I ain't got time to play with y'all. I was just trying to help. Whatever. So, but I always had that sentiment. So I would tell Getty and I would tell different people, you know what I mean, how I felt. And he would try to reach out like, yo, Stretch, man, you and Stretch. I'm like, bro, I'd never talk to that nigga again just on that. By you putting that comment there, you could have fucked a nigga.
Do you think
I'd have did something to you, nigga. If that would have got fucked up over there for that bitch ass comment. So
do you think if a sincere conversation or a sincere apology or something from his end, do you think if that took place, then maybe y'all could start making grounds to getting back?
I don't know, because I don't understand it. You know what I mean? I'm like 50 on that. I don't understand where that shit came from. And you can't do nothing for me. So what would it win? All it's going to do is me being friends with you is going to get another call saying, can I help you? It ain't going to do nothing for me. What can you possibly do for me at my age and where I'm at? What can stretch money possibly fucking do for me? You know what I mean? And you seen the real conversations about how he really feel about a nigga. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So
it's cool. I'm over that.
Okay. All right. So off of that and you know, in closing, let's talk a little bit about the state of Detroit right now. Let's talk about the people you got your eyes on. Are there any upcoming artists, you know, musically that you see that you really got your eyes on, you know, that you feel like is hot right now in the city?
Man, to tell you the truth, I've been off that fucking, and he ain't even from the city, and I hate to say, I know Detroit will be mad as hell, but I like Rio. Rio been going crazy.
Oh yeah.
I've been listening to Rio. I tried to get into Baby Tron. I'm still trying to get into that too, but I feel like I don't know. It's something I'm missing. You know what I mean? He's hard. Let me say this one thing now. I never not say he ain't hard.
Right.
Because if these niggas is popping,
you doing
they
right,
hard.
for sure.
I'll be the nigga that's off saying that they not hard.
For sure.
I'm just trying to figure out, is this something I'm gonna ride to and smoke to?
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm from the era where I want to get some game out of the music.
That's why I was about to ask next. Right. Who are you riding to and smoking to?
Man, damn, that's a good question. A lot of me, a lot of my music. I ain't gonna lie to you. A lot of Al music, and then I listen to Peasy. I listen to Pay. You know what I mean? I just listen to who album? I listen to GT and Tracy T new album just came out. I listen to that. And then I listen to a lot of old music, man. I be on some old shit. I always like the old music is much better than me.
For sure.
You know what I mean? This new music is telling you to. I hate the new music right now. I ain't gonna lie to you, like, cause all it's telling you to do is get high and have a pistol and wear some crazy pants, and the only reason I say that is because I see a lot of these kids ready to kill themselves. They're like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean? But it be the music telling them, I'm so high and wild. It's like, bro, what the fuck are you listening to? I'm coming from Pac, nigga. You tell me that the niggas, you don't know who to trust. So many, but now I'm smoking them, bro. Sound like us, too many. I got a rap, but you telling me, I don't want to live no more. It's like, bro, we too far apart.
Yeah, for real. No,
and then the other music flip side is every nigga killing each other. It's like the youngest niggas got the biggest, dumbest guns in the nigga. It's like, bro, that shit. Maybe I'm older, just to a point where it's like, man, I don't want to keep talking about killing. I might mention one or two bars with some shit, but bro, not every single bar is about taking somebody out that look like you. You know what I mean? I only encourage you. That's why I stopped doing music videos. I stopped directing videos because it was like, bro, I don't want to. I'm straight.
Real talk. Yeah. And so my last thing is in terms of that, what would you say, because you're talking about people, you know, rapping in a certain type of way, rapping about shooting shit, sliding every fucking day. What would they say about y'all listening to NWA, listening to fucking
Facts.
Mac 10, Spice One, C-Bowl, like
true. And there was some shit back then, yeah. The thing is, though, we had a balance, though. We had them niggas, but then you also had Public Enemy. You had Special Ed, Rakim, Run DMC, LL Cool J. Gangster rap only started with NWA, but you gotta think, before them niggas, it was like everybody was off of fucking Fight the Power.
Yeah.
Fight the Power, Step B. And it's like, nigga, Elvis, wasn't it, bro? We love, basically, bro, hip-hop music is supposed to have purpose. If you're an artist and you're a real artist, rap to say something. You know what I mean? Rap to say something. Don't feel like I want to rap because I want to shine. That was never the era. You see what I'm saying? So all of that music that you're talking about, even with NWA, all that shit was so authentic because they had something to say. They was like, yo, I gotta get this shit out because I'm looking at what's going on and I gotta say this shit.
Got you. You said it evolved to a plaything.
Yeah, exactly. It evolved into, hold on, G, you rapping? You fresh as hell? Shit, bro, how you rap? How you learn how to rap? I think I can do it now. Now you got dope dealers. You got everybody in the rap, nigga. Like, you got Sexy Red here. You got Sexy Red here. Pregnant, twerking on the floor. Lick your ass, man. Really slow. What's the other girl name? You know what I mean? Eating his ass. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like now it's like demasculating the man to a point. I feel like a lot of these artists be bots. You know what I mean? And I hate to say this because I am a manager to one of the major producers, but we don't care. This how we talk, and he know me. So I am who I am. But I feel like a lot of the artists sometimes be bots because, truth be told, when I first got in heavy in the industry and learning the industry, like, you know, in Atlanta and being around all these people, I realized everybody don't have record companies. A lot of these artists not even signed to labels. They signed by a company you never heard of, which is a subsidiary of Mountain Dew, which is a subsidiary of Purdue Insurance, which is a subsidiary of Geico. You wouldn't even know that. You know what I mean? These major corporations got labels. And they find certain artists, and then the labels and these people actually also owns the prisons. You know what I mean? So they own the prisons, they own the life insurance. The life insurance, they own the prisons, and they own the music.
One big ass cycle.
It's one big ass cycle.
Damn. Yeah. You know, one person, somebody once told me, man, that rap has become the billboard for prison. Like rap is the promo for prison. Because if you continuously do it, then you filling the prisons up. They getting money per head. All the whole nine, you know about. You feel me?
Yeah.
So okay, so
it's crazy like that. Yeah.
Lastly, message to Detroit. I want to incorporate this. This is the first time that I'm incorporating it like this, but I want to incorporate this and make sure that I say this in every interview. I'm to the belief that for finance and economic growth, the primary thing that has turned predominantly black cities up has been hip hop. When you look at the millionaires that was produced in Atlanta, you see where Atlanta's economy is. When you look at California back in the day, all of the millionaires produced through that. Detroit got the wave. We're producing more millionaires at a faster rate, or even if the bag is there for them to spread it amongst the people. The money is here. How important is it to have ownership with use the money to own shit? Start our own labels like So Def and shit like that in Atlanta. How important is that? And for how important is it for people to understand the seriousness of taking this moment, you know what I mean, and really grasping it though?
Basically, you asked me, is it important to have IP ownership, right?
Intellectual property, right?
Yeah, okay. Right. It's a thin line because if you want to own and you want to be an owner, you got to work extremely hard, which 90% of the people don't want to do. They only want to say, here's the project, let me get rich. You know what I mean? And being an owner, you have to work continuously. You got to work 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know what I mean? Even when you think about music and you actually formulate your own record label, there's levels to the shit. So like, I give you a prime example. You know how this Detroit shit is. It's cool. You know what I mean? Before everything got big, but you take a person like P from QC, and I just looked at his grind and said, okay, I seen how he put money in the Migos, maybe 200,000-300,000, right? And then he shot Versace video, their biggest run. It was $100,000 video. I was there. I was in the video. It cost $100,000. Then he got to a point to where the song was big, but then he needed $500,000 to promote the song. You see what I'm saying? To get the song to the next level. He had already spent the money that it So what I'm simply saying is it's levels. It's levels. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you could get a record right now and that motherfucker come on JLB or 107. It might be a big ass record or whatever. They love the record. Well, you want to get the record to the next level? You want to get the record in 20 stations? It's going to cost, $20,000. Now, make sure you got that 20 because soon as 20 more stations want it, they want it, but you need another 20. Even if they want it, you still need another 20. You know what I mean? Right. And then if you want the record to go in the top 40, oh, that's 150,000. And that's real talk. These is real information that I'm giving people. You know what I mean? This $1 million information. It costs $150,000 to get a record in the top 40s. Period. Ain't no way around. I don't give a fuck how big your record is or what you think is sweet. And yeah, got this and they got a big. Hey man, to get on a hot 140. Oh boy, to be in the top 40, it costs $150,000. Period. And they don't want it all at one time. You got to spend 20. Make sure you got another 30 ready to go. Make sure you got another 40. So that's what I'm saying about P. When you go back to P and did the when he did the Migos joint, he was damn out of money. When fucking Versace hit, this nigga was out of money. I'm in the room watching him tell Zay, man, this shit's crazy. I'm about to pull my fucking hair out. It took Bad and Bougie to come and say, okay, boom, here go another new bag. You got to come up with some money to promote this bitch. But the leverage of what y'all done had before already, then made 300 come and say, hey, man, here go a dumb bag. Now, you ain't got to have no more money problems.
What you got to do.
Here go 300 entertainment. We're going to give you the money.
Man, plenty of game, bro. Plenty of game, man. I appreciate you again, brother. Started off, and I'm gonna put this on the record. Started off kind of rocky. I was late, man. So for you to,
good, man.
Yeah, for you to be patient, man, and give us this game. It's one thing to do an interview, but it's another thing to give jewels. You feel me?
Facts.
To where the next generation and people can grasp on to it and take this shit to the next level. So I appreciate
That's what I'm all about, man. I really want people to know, although I don't live in Detroit no more, I live and breathe Detroit every day. Like I'm calling, I know everything that's popping out here. I don't know the mayor and who the fuck is in Atlanta or who the fuck wherever town I'm in tomorrow. But Detroit, I know everything about this bitch. It's a phone call away. It's a push of a button. Al Nuke still knows what's going on in this bitch. And more importantly, I want to make sure that I'm part of the cycle that's pushing us up through the roof, because I've been pushing this shit when it wasn't cool to push. You know, when it wasn't cool to say Detroit, whether that be inside or outside. And now it's the lane.
Yes, sir. You heard it here, man. Pulse of the culture, man. Let's get it.
100.